Hi, everyone. We're live at the Paste Studios in New York with Slenderbodies. Guys, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, man. So we are, first off, congratulations in advance to you guys because Kohlrabi comes out. Tell me I said that right. Maybe
Kohlrabi, you're so close.
Yeah, dude,
it's okay, everybody gets
it's
it wrong.
It's spelled like Kohlrabi. I don't know why I didn't say it that way. Kohlrabi, Komorebi, comes out on September 20th on Avant Garden Island Records, and we're going to hear two songs that are not released. We're going to hear that here today, so thanks for playing these in front of the internet on our platform. We appreciate it. And we'll hear one from the first record as well. Can you tell us what you're starting out with?
Yeah.
We're going to be playing Gray, which is the first single off our first EP ever released, and I think it's just an homage to like where we've come from.
Yeah. Cool.
So the song is called Gray. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you guys. Yeah. So is what we're seeing here is it pretty similar to the birth of these songs? I mean, is this what the songwriting looks like? You guys, a room and some guitars?
So it developed into this, actually. So this project all started, like Max and I have been friends for 6 years now. So when Gray was written, it was written over the distance of 300 miles. I was in Santa Cruz in Northern California, and he was in Los Angeles. So he was like, do you like this? And I was like, heck yeah, dude. And he sent me the project file, and we just started trading back and forth like that. So this is now the ideal setup where
we're in the same place. We have two guitars, and we're just like, let's write chords and songs and lyrics and just put it all together into a thing. But yeah, this song was very much so produced over the internet where like I'd send parts to him, he'd send parts to me, and it just...
Was that verbatim what your email said? Heck yeah. Dude.
Yeah, it was on Facebook Messenger, and probably it was probably some profanities and stuff like that, a lot of emojis, but for the most part.
Good. So can you talk a little bit about the decision to not bring in outside producers and just do everything as a duo and wear all the hats?
Definitely.
Yeah, the inception of the project was based around a few, like, we kind of like to call them like the laws of Slenderbodies, like the fundamental like rules behind it is like everything is guitar driven. Everything that's produced is we use guitars only to produce every sound on the record outside of like the drums. So there's no synths, no like anything like that on the records. We use falsetto vocals. And third, it was like a creative haven between us. That was kind of the third rule, was that like we want to keep this a space where like me and him can kind of like have our conversations musically. And that was the main deciding factor of trying to keep it in-house, just because we do everything ourselves. Like I grew up doing audio engineering and playing music and like songwriting, so we kind of both had the skill sets needed to do everything ourselves. So we were just like, let's just keep it in-house.
Do you foresee that as the way you guys work? I mean, it's obviously very difficult, if not impossible, to project too far down the road, but do you see a time when it's going to be advantageous to bring somebody in to take some of that workload off of your plates?
I mean, I think that if we brought anybody in, it'd be more like, rather than someone to take the workload off, it'd be like another partner in this haven. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know that this is the way we like to write and produce and mix and master and all those things. So anybody who comes in has to, in a way, like share an equal part. And like, we have to like, it's more about the creativity that would be added rather than the technical skill or anything like that, right?
Right.
But for the time being, I think that it excites us to see what we can push our creative mind together to do.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for bringing it here today. We're about to hear 2 off of the forthcoming record, Komorebi. Can you tell us what you're going to play next?
Yeah, we're going to play Arrival, which was one of the first songs we wrote on the new record. And this was written in a little trailer up in Northern California after we played this festival called Solora. And it was just a beautiful and magical experience where we just like bonded really well with a lot of people and felt very enlightened. I don't know if that's the right word coming out of there. And we were just like, let's start writing our new record. And that was the first song that we wrote. We literally got an Airbnb on our way down, hopped in there and like literally used a bunch of sounds through the cabin and like recorded everything on a laptop.
Yeah. So in a way, it's like the title. I mean, it is the title track of the record, in parentheses at least. And also I think it defined like the sound and like the kind of concept we wanted to go towards. So it's like it was the guiding force for the record in a lot of ways. So we're going to play a stripped back version of it right now.
Yeah.
Bed around the road, I gave away my silhouette. Nothing holds you like the sun now. I'm youthful in the morning light. I speak highly on my own life, though it seems like I'm living right. Maybe you could tell me I'm a little love, a little love. Yeah. Flakes are peeling, falling on my skin. The end, the end, the end. Seek my reasons, dance until the end, the end, the end. So wait until it's said and done, then make amends and move along. You're stranded right where you belong. And maybe it's intentional, and maybe it's not bad at all. Waiting is subliminal. You're stranded but you have it all. And maybe it's intentional. Didn't you know? Trying to chase a stone, yeah, we did it on our own. Got us rolling on the floor by the bedside. Resuscitated tone that reminds us of the ones that we met along the road from our own tribe. We held our weight alone. I'll just say if, when, and why, our reasons to be home. Straying somewhere sweeter than the places we have gone. All the strangers left our fingers feeling warm. Yeah. Flakes are peeling, falling on my skin. The end, the end, it's the end. Seek my reasons, dance until the end, the end, the end. So wait until it's said and done, to make amends and move along. You're stranded right where you belong. And maybe it's intentional, and maybe it's not bad at all. It's rating is subliminal. Whoa. You're stranded but you have it all. Maybe it's intentional. Didn't you know? Helps depending on the people that that you said you'll always love. Only in your life you share these chemicals. So wait until it's da-da-da-da. So wait until it's da-da-da. So wait until it's da-da-da. So wait until it's
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about the album title itself and also generally the importance of the outdoors and trees and waves, etc., all of nature to you guys and your creativity?
Yeah, absolutely. So the album title, Komorebi, is a word in Japanese that is untranslatable to English. It's just a concept, and it basically refers to the sunlight streaming through the trees. So you know how when you're in the woods and you might get those like golden rays that just filter through, or that kind of shimmering sunlight, dappled sunlight, a friend of mine once said. That's what it's referring to. And so as we went to this festival in Mendocino called Solora, we were just presented with like the most marvelous display of that we've ever seen in our lives. Like it was just coming through, and it was just like some entity was just shining the sun like right on that specific spot. And so it was just all around us, and we all were exclaiming and stuff. And so I think that moment of like bliss at seeing that crazy part of life and what we were seeing visually relates to the whole record. I think there is this overarching thing of like, life is a gift, life is beautiful, and that's kind of what the whole record is about. It's like our morals and like what makes life beautiful to us. Yeah.
Is there a specific bit of nature that you guys get into so as to recharge? I mean, are you surfers? Are you mountain sports dudes? Or what do you do to
hiking
recharge?
is big.
Yeah.
Hiking is very big. I mean, like forests on the coastline is kind of like a beautiful like representation of like us, is just like when a forest can sit like right by the beach and just like the mist flows through it and the sunlight goes through it, and you like, it's like fresh air, but there's like a little bit of like musk to it, as well as just like the feeling of like being immersed in like all the sensations, which we're going to play. Our last song is called Senses, and it's all about your senses and how grateful you should be to have all your senses, because one day as you age, you will lose them. Or they'll become weaker, you know, hopefully you won't.
Yeah.
But, and just being able to experience all those things make you really value your senses.
Yeah. So I think the forest, as Max said, the forest and the ocean, those two like really old forces of nature, made us reflect throughout the whole writing of the record on what we wanted to actually convey.
All right. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
Actually, can we hold for audio for 1 second? Are they, whatever, is that done? All right.
All right, right on.
Cool. So the song is called Senses. It's about getting old.
Hit it.
I know I could be naive, holding on to something sweet. Maybe I was born this way, yet I could be wrong. Yeah. Try to hold yourself at ease, even when it's hard to breathe. Maybe you were born this way, but you could be wrong. Yes. And I fell back, and I lost my track as my cheek says, my eyes go black. I want all my senses back, my senses senses back. I want all my senses back. Senses back, my senses back. I want all my senses back. Senses back, my senses back. I want all my senses back. Senses back, my senses. My senses. Often on the sea breeze, higher mountains kept me sleeping. You and I were born this way. Did something go out? And I've been trickling softly, I'll pass it off graciously. Then even in my time and place, will something go out? And I fell, back, and I lost my track as my cheese says, and my eyes go black. I want all my senses back, senses back, my senses back. I want all my senses back, senses back, my senses back. I want all my senses back, senses back, my senses back. I want all my senses back, senses back, my senses, my senses, my senses. Now, ooh. I said, dum da da, da da, dum da da, ooh ah, dum da da, shoo da 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 dum.
Thank you guys.
All right, that sounded great, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that was, we heard 2 new songs off Coma Rebby, which will be out on September 20th on Avant Garden and Island Records. And we heard another one from the first record. Guys, thanks for coming and playing 3.
Thanks
We
so much.
Appreciate it. Maybe next album, you guys work your way down the coastal forests until you get to Marin, and then Santa Cruz is a good
Exactly. We'll go back
example
there.
of that. Yeah. Monterey is always fun, and there's not
Beautiful
never a
there.
bad reason to spend time in Big Sur. So maybe that
Heck
is
yeah.
just where the way you spend the next 6 years of your life potentially.
I
Love
love
it.
I love the plan.
Yeah.
We'll put it in our calendar.
Well, enjoy and tour safely. Oh, dude, fall headlining tour. I meant to say that. So you're at the
Yes.
Rickshaw Stop in San Francisco on September 27th, and Western States until October 3rd in Denver. And then you're headed this way, making your way across the country east. You're back here in Brooklyn at Rough Trade on October 12th. And then the whole thing wraps back on the other side of the country at the Troubadour in West Hollywood on October 23rd. All those dates are up at, good for you guys for doing this. It's Slender Bodies, but with the dot before the ES, which I assume that's Estonia's country code.
It's actually
I think
Spain's.
it's Spain.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense as well. More sense than whatever I just said. So slenderbody.es. Guys, thank you for doing it. Travel safe. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks.